Hey everyone, uh, I again finally back for a video, but the date is currently June 28th, um, June 28th, 2025, and it's been around, I guess, I think it's been, give me 1 second, I'm gonna check. It's been over almost 2 months since, I guess, the last time I posted. But a little update. I gotta look at my calendar. But let's see. So the last time I updated was May 6th. And I guess the events leading up to now, I guess. I went up to Boston. Like I think my last video was like I went to Boston to see like uh, some graduation like ceremonies for my friends. I guess some things I was feeling like I felt like I was kind of not. I felt like a lot of my adulthood was, I guess, starting like a good sign. And since I'm not like really graduating until like next December, this December, and or I'm walking in June, it's just been like a little bit of a reality check that like damn, all my friends are graduating, they're off to doing new jobs. Like it's a little sad to see that like everyone's going to different paths now, and then but I feel like it was a little saddening that I was saying goodbye to a lot of my friends, but I knew that I would see them again. But for some reason, I didn't feel like that emotional. Just like I feel like it didn't hit me yet. And I went to all the like I felt like a little bit like I was being left behind, and even though I chose that for myself, like I chose to not do um not do an internship. I mean, not do like a full time search, a full time job search, and instead do like an internship. And that's really on me for, I guess, being lazy, but in a sense, it's kind of a good idea. Um, so I don't know where to go from there. So I did a lot of like hanging out with my friends, like partying, which was obviously not good, but said goodbye to a lot of people. It was a little sad saying to some people that like I don't know how to say this, like to some people that like I really wanted to see again, but I knew I probably won't. Um, Events after, I think, but yeah, right after graduation and like everyone moved out on like I guess it should be like 13th or something, like the Sunday or Monday, and then I went to I guess Japan for like a little grad trip with my boys. It was actually probably one of like the best trips I've ever been on, especially with friends. But I also like realized there were a lot of like conflicting personalities that came with like trips, like a fun like I feel like it's like a common theme like that I see on like TikTok or like social media. Like, will this trip like end like make or break the friendship? And really like I guess like spending that much time with people like really made me think of like, wow, this is like who I want to like like not hang out with, like to who would be like what kind of personalities I want when I'm like planning a trip or a vacation. Because like I felt like there's a lot of like complaining, like just like a lot of like conflicting like personalities during the trip, and it's just like a little frustrating. But in the end, it was still like I did not let that like take away from the experience I had with like my friends and like experience with Japan. Like I went to Kyoto, Osaka, Kyoto, Osaka, and Tokyo, and it was amazing. I felt like I used a little bit of like I used a little bit of, I guess I would call like some of the Japanese I learned from doing Duolingo, and it worked a little well, but it made me realize like wow, like I need to work so much harder in order to like be able to understand this language and be like fluent. And but I felt like Tokyo was so nice. Like I wish I wish I like vlogged, but I never. I guess I'll go into that reason like a little bit later, but I'll just go through the trip. And yeah, so Tokyo was amazing. It was like a really like beautiful city. Just like convenience stores there. I'm trying to like recall like everything I did, but I'll just give a brief like recap. It's just like so much good food, so many good views. Just like it's just amazing being able to spend that time with like my friends. Um, I felt like Tokyo and Osaka were just like a lot of shopping, and then Kyoto was like, wow, like I would actually live there. It was just like the amount of like serenity and peace like I got from that trip was amazing, and like the Airbnb like we lived in, like felt so cozy and just like made me feel at home, and that I feel like I could live there. But I know like if I don't know if I will apply for a job in like Japan. Maybe that's a little like doing too much, but I feel like it's just maybe it's a place I would like consider when I like retire and want to move somewhere. But I do need to learn somewhere Japanese. But yeah, that trip was amazing. And then once I like once I came back, um, once I came back from Japan, I only had like 2 days left, and I'm still like thinking of like what I should be saying in these videos, but I know that it's not like official. Like I don't have to prove anything to other people or anything or to my. Actually, I feel like it's a bit to myself, but I'm not proving anything to other people. But yeah, um, I just lost my train of thought again. But yeah, I came back home. It was like 28th or 30th, and then the 2 week trip was over, and then I went straight to San Francisco on my birthday, and yeah, it was like a little sad to leave so soon, especially with all my friends like staying back in New York and they're still like I felt like a little like fear of missing out. Oh wait, no, yeah, the day before, um, the day before uh, I left for San Francisco, I hung out with all my friends and we all celebrated my birthday. And honestly, I've like I've like an enormous I don't know how to say this. I've so just heard like a sorry, just heard like a bug. I'm outside my Airbnb right now, like in the backyard. But yeah, I have like so much gratitude for my friends like that showed up for me for my birthday and gave me amazing gifts. And I feel like I didn't show that much to the gifts that they sent like gave me. But honestly, I'm so grateful for them, and I feel like I was saying like yeah, I would cry if I could, but honestly, really thankful for my friends for supporting me and for being there for me because I knew like that was like one of the last times we probably have like that big of a gathering for a while. But yeah, um, what else should I say? Yeah, and then after that we just hung out, and then we somehow like got to like clubbing. I got peer pressured so hard because all my friends like came up, um, like came up uh, just for me, and I couldn't just like let them down because like they were leaving so soon, and I felt like I didn't owe it to them, but like I couldn't like be a party pooper. That just makes me sound like I'm easily manipulated, but like I that's how I wanted to show like my gratitude. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling so much, but this is probably gonna be a really long video. Um, and after that, I went to San Francisco and I stayed a week at my grand aunt's house, and I got to explore a lot of like San Francisco. And honestly, like it's actually so beautiful here. It's like one of, I think it's like a calmer version. Actually, I wouldn't even call it versions. It's just like so calm here. The city is like quiet, but it's still a city. The camera's getting wet, but it's honestly just a beautiful city. And yeah, like I went to like I went to so many like tourist attractions, but like I feel like one of the like cons of living here is that like number one, there's a lot of like homeless people in downtown. And number two is that like how do we say this? Number two, there's not a lot of like young people that I see, which is like a little disappointing because I felt like I can meet so many like much more new people here, and I think that was like the big thing I was like looking forward to was just like meeting new young people and just like seeing like new people in the city. But yeah, I got here like 31st, and then I just like went around um, SF and explored with my family, who also came with me, and then I said goodbye, and then I started my internship on the 9th, I think. Yeah, and then it's been the first week was just like training, got to meet all the interns. Like I'm really glad like I got to meet like these people. But sure, I just realized my roommate. But yeah, got to meet like a lot of like new interns, and really like see their personalities and see how like I guess like Californians like act. I feel like a lot of like like one pattern I found is that like Californian girls aren't like treated well here. Like they were very like surprised when like I don't want to sound cheesy, but like sugary stuff like holding like my friend's bag or like just like normal stuff that people should be doing, and they're surprised about that. Like even in Boston, like like Californian friends, they're very surprised. Like you're just like opening the door for them. There's just like simple stuff that just like girls don't get treated well here. It's just like sad to see that, and yeah, it's just like a pattern I saw, and uh, yeah, I just feel like Californians are like much more like laid back. And it's like feels like a place I think I could belong in. My laptop's getting wet because like it's super misty right now. But yeah, I'm trying to make this quick, but yeah, just hung out with a lot of family here. But yeah, like some people are good, some people are bad. Just like people I've like um, went across. I mean, like came across like or encountered like here in my time. But yeah, the work is I guess like pretty nice. I'm working on like project management consulting kind of work, but I really wanted to do data, and I don't know if I would stay in this company, but I just want to take like take up as much knowledge as I can that I could like pick up from here, and hopefully it'll be better for my resume. But yeah, I don't know what else to get into. Oh yeah, I think like I don't know how. I think one topic is like I don't know how often I could like do these videos. Like I want to do them every day, and I never found the chance to. And it just feels very like fake of me. Like I know that like, I expect myself to do these videos, and I can't even see myself anymore. And I also like want to make these videos because it's good for like I guess my mental health and help me like reorganize my thoughts. Um, but I feel like I'll go into other thoughts later. But I just wanted to go over like um like why I've been posting. Like I felt like even though I should be like posting like my progress in life and like having this like continuous improvement mindset, like I felt like I wasn't really like achieving that, and that's why I felt like I was like regressing, and I was a little embarrassed to like make another video. But yeah, my laptop's getting wet, but I'll try to be quick. But yeah, one of the things that oh shoot, I'm just trying to wipe again and again. But I'll try my best, but just never really found the time alone to be able to like just like talk like this. And then I realized that I could just go to my backyard, but my roommate might hear me, and like the walls are so thin here, so I could hear everything in the house. And yeah, I think a big thing I do want to talk about is like I haven't been very like faithful or like been truthful to myself and going to church, and I do feel like I'm losing my like Christianity, but in a sense I still want to pursue this Christian life. I still do like hold a lot of the values. Like I want to align with the values, and I think I do, but I just feel like my lifestyle isn't like really like aligned to that, and I always like find excuses to not go to church, and I feel like I want to live the life I want to live, but with God. And even though like I feel like I'm slowly straying away from God, but I still have Him in my head, and I just feel I just feel like a bad person for not like reading the Bible, and I feel bad towards God. But I do want to live like after like being with people who've like who strayed away from God. Like I felt like that influenced me a little bit. But yeah, like the person who like evangelized me turned away from God. Like one of my uncles, like he says he like aligns with some of the values, but he doesn't go to church anymore. But just that like some things like ruined it for him. Like the people in the church don't like aren't very like Christian like, and that just made me very like doubtful of like Christianity in general. And and I've, I've been like skipping church, so I feel like it's a little like like a coping mechanism, or like a little like avoidant, like avoidment is I don't even know if that's a word, like avoiding confrontation. Like I feel like it's calling back to me, like God is calling back to me, to like calling for me to come back to Him, but I'm like delaying it. I don't know, and I'm not sure if like this is the way. And honestly, I feel like I should be going to church. I should be prioritizing these things for myself because I want to learn more, and I don't even know if I could call myself Christian anymore. But I think I've been around like too many like hardcore Christians that I have to like find my own way with Christianity. It's like there's so many types, and it makes me feel like I want to live my Christian life like how I want to, but I don't know if that's the right way. But yeah, little update. I guess like on today, I guess I went to eat with my granduncle and grandaunt. I've been doing that for like every weekend. I feel like it gives me a sense of like peace and like memory, like piece of like culture back to me, like a piece of myself, like my ethnicity, my background. Like makes me feel like I'm connecting more. And yeah, eat with them, and then I went to downtown to eat with one of my best friends, and yeah, and met up with an old friend from elementary school and his new roommate. I'm just talking, we ate some like pho. It was good. Yeah. Mm, I guess one thing I would want to talk about, like also want to talk about, is just like I'm so like I guess like oh yeah, the grateful part. Like what am I grateful for? I would say I'm grateful for the friends I've like made along um along the way. Not that sounds so stupid, but um I guess like the friends that I made like through the internship, like they've been so supportive and just gave me like a good perspective on what to like gauge on people in California, and also like gave me a little more perspective on like how I should like act around people, and how like people act differently here as to opposed to like New York and things like that. But I feel like I'll go in depth like a little more. But I feel like this is just a good starting point to like organize my thoughts, and I think I'll talk more like tomorrow. Or I just feel like it's very hard to make these videos if I'm like not having like my own space, and I just don't want like other people like around me to hear it because I know this is supposed to be like a private thing and like a private journal. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I have the whole week off on next week, so I'll probably make more videos, um, and have my thoughts out, I guess. So I feel like have like a little more alone time. But yeah, good talking to you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.